saying along.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
You may be right. I may be crazy. It also may be episode 2789. It's Mike Matthews with
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Here in Café Anyway in Podcastro Valley, the last place on earth. I have some things in life that don't bring me mirth, and that would be that I thought I had some way of uploading short little videos to this particular place on the internet that everyone goes, a particular app.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
But I don't use the app because I don't want the communists grabbing my phone away from me.
Mike's
I'm talking about
Daily
TikTok.
Podcast.
Has that been banned yet?
Yeah!
No. But yes, I was uploading like 2 videos and then they stopped letting me upload videos. And I tried emailing someone over there. I don't understand. Maybe they realized how old I am. No, you can't be on TikTok. No TikTok for you. Listen, there's lots of internet stuff that you and I should stay well away from. One of them TikTok, another being online gambling. 7 of the nation's largest gaming companies are going to share information about problem gamblers because, ladies and gentlemen, or whatever you call yourself, let's just say you call yourself something other. Ladies and gentlemen and other, is that what we're going to start saying? Well, whatever. Ladies and gentlemen, whatever. Café Anyway. The 7 operators, FanDuel, DraftKings, BetMGM, Penn Entertainment, Fanatics Betting and Gaming, Hard Rock Digital, and Bet365, the members accounts for more than 85% of the legal online betting market in the United States. They're going to share information about problem gamblers. This year, a record number of Americans bet on the Super Bowl. A record number.
And here's today's podcast picture.
Online transactions totaled nearly $15,000 per second. That just went right by us right there. A second, and $15,000 just went by. And did you know that the second, the actual unit of time known as a second, may be becoming discontinued soon? It might be no longer a unit of measurement we can use because the Earth, which the second is based on as it revolves and rotates around the sun, the late great Basil the Boxer, he revolved around the sun a little over 11 years, and I enjoyed every moment I could with him. But the second could be changing because the Earth is slowing down because the experts say, I have not independently verified this, but that the wondrous ice caps, since they're melting and there's more oceans, all that water is slowing down the Earth's rotation, which is similar to what my mom was saying at one point, that she said the oceans were rising because people are getting heavier in the United States, so the land is being pushed down by all the heavy, fat people. My mom had a very low opinion on overweight people. Yes, she was a fat shamer. You know what? That's okay, because people, sometimes they need to be kicked in the butt to try and lose a little weight. And that's what she did to me. Oh, wait, no, that scarred me for life. Never mind. All the issues I have with weight. Well, she had issues with weight, and most of us do. But this is what's going on.
Now that's legit.
Well, no, she was never fat, but the problem was she fought being fat in ways that probably were not very healthy, i.e. she smoked. Oh, but it keeps my appetite down. Yeah, no. Or she said that, you have here, somebody just sent me a picture of Hop Dogma, the fine brewery in the, Half Moon Bay area, here in the Bay Area. You know, Ozempic and all those other drugs that people are using to try and curb their appetites. Probably not the best thing for us. To do it the natural way, to go out there and work out and to sweat and not eat the fat foods. You know what I'm making right now? I bet you're wondering. I chopped up some sweet potatoes.
It's Bison Bentley's. Do you know that?
Hey, this is Bison Bentley, and Mike Matthews has a couple of stories that'll make you want to ask yourself, do you know that?
Do you know that? Right now I'm baking some sliced sweet potatoes, so they're sliced like silver dollar style. And so they're going to get nice and crispy. I put a little bit of olive oil on them. And then I sliced up some chicken breasts super thin and coated them with a little bit of flour and flaxseed meal. Flaxseed, very good for you. Flaxseed has the good omega-3s in them, the good fats in you, for you, to get in you. Better get it in you, as the Red Hot Chili Peppers said. And then all kinds of seasoning and whatnot. And interestingly enough, McCormick doing really well these days. They make the seasons, all kinds of seasoning, not the seasons, not the Four Seasons, but the seasoning that you put on the garlic salt, the special taco seasoning, all the other fun things you put on steaks and whatnot.
Okay! I don't even know what that means, but I love it!
Aw, Ricky Bobby. All the good stuff to make your food be tasty. Their stock went up because people like that stuff. They're using it. They're cooking at home more. That's the main thing. The main thing. Da, 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 da. Roxy Music. Da, 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 Brian Ferry. So the point is that the second is slowing down, and we might have to, or is it speeding up? I don't know. Café Anyway. The point is the second is changing because of climate change, is what I heard on the way home today. But $15,000 per second, that's doubling last year's peak in gambling. As we go outside of Café Anyway, where we bring you Mike's Daily Podcast, somewhere in Podcastro Valley, the last place on earth here in the land of Ameritopicas, with all these amazing topicas to get to. The Los Angeles Dodgers superstar, I can't even say their name, Ohtani, has found himself at the center of a $4 million betting scandal. The NBA is investigating Toronto Raptors player Jonte Porter for irregularities around wagering. An estimated $2 million. Oh, wait, the Ohtani player, their interpreter was gambling, I think. That's what I heard. An estimated 2 million U.S. adults meet this criteria for severe gambling. That's 2 million.
Good morning, Mr. Matthews.
Thank you. Good morning to you. Another 5 million to 8 million U.S. adults are considering, well, they probably have a problem too. They have a mild or moderate gambling problem, is what they found. That from Rob Black. He is the man behind The Rob Black Show. I produce his podcast. He's heard live on AM 1220 KDOW Monday through Friday in the Bay Area, and he is on Cron TV in the 9 o'clock hour. You know who was also on Cron TV once upon a time? Pat Finn, with 2 N's. Or was it 1 N? No, Tim Finn was the guy from Crowded House. Crowded House. New Zealand band. Why are you laughing at me? This needs to end now. I feel demeaned.
Oh my God, man. Jeez.
Okay, you guys done? All right. No, Pat Finn, I think it was with 1 N. He used to do the Joker's Wild, and then he was the guy that Shop Till You Drop. He was the host of that. Did a lot of game shows. I used to work for him in Ventura at the station. I've played a little bit of it. KKUR, when I've done the Let's Go Back with Matt Fuse section, which you can find on my website.
You ready?
In the cassette cubbyhole at mikesdailypodcast.com, as well as today's podcast picture, which will be, I'm sure, from the Los Angeles trip I took recently, because there's so many cool pictures I got in that short 3-day period. But yes, I've been looking into his background, Pat Finn, and the whole. He was a weather guy, I guess, on Cron TV, and Rob Black does this way back. And Cron TV is also where Rob Black is Monday through Thursday doing his show, doing his thing about money. Okay. A couple more quick things here in the land of Ameritopica.
Mike Matthews? You not know Mike Matthews.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Eminem. We got Eminem.
Oh, that's so amusing.
The real Eminem.
There you go.
That's what does that even mean? Why are you guys laughing at me? Stop it. All right, this is a serious subject. It's too early to judge the economic ramifications, but businesses are starting workarounds around the Port of Baltimore closure after the bridge collapse, and something like, it's a crazy amount of over 200 million. Did I hear even more of that? The port alone contributes $15 million in daily economic activity. That's what I heard, something to that effect. It's also the railroads, the trucking industry, the regional distribution center, and commuters all affected by that bridge collapse.
Do you have any safe spaces?
Safe spaces?
Yes, where people can go to get away from the colonialist mentality. As long as there's a diversity, equity, and inclusion policy, we'll be fine.
This is a safe space for you, please. It's a news safe space. News place? It's Café Anyway. It's just a place. It's a cool podcast place to be. That's safe for you. Is it safe? But is it safe? I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, Café Anyway, closer to the Midwest than any other port on the East Coast, that port of Baltimore. So that's why it is so important. Baltimore is a major hub for vehicles, containers, and commodities, farming and construction machinery, imports of sugar and gypsum, as well as exporting coal. Baltimore imports and exports more than 1 million containers each year. And so people are saying, with all of that, including Baltimore.
The Pam Baumgartner Files.
Oh, shout out to Pam. I used to work for her too. Baltimore ranks first among U.S. ports for autos and light trucks, handling a record 850,000 vehicles last year. Delayed parts deliveries could threaten the auto industry, particularly time-sensitive supply chains. Domino Sugar Refinery is right there in the Baltimore Harbor. Baltimore also has a cruise terminal serving ships operated by Royal Caribbean, Carnival, and Norwegian. We were talking about cruises on the last podcast. Cruises carrying more than 144,000 passengers departed from the port last year, as COVID is basically now no longer a problem for the shipping, for Carnival cruises, and all the other cruise people. For cruising in general, the cruising industry. Traffic snarls, shipping congestion, Interstate 95 corridor, a major artery for traffic along the East Coast, while many of the 30,000 to 35,000 cars and trucks that use the Key Bridge daily, the Francis Scott Key Bridge, which will be probably named something else when they rebuild it. I heard one guy say, well, you saw how it fell down. It was flimsy to begin with.
Note to self.
Look how flimsy. It just got knocked down by this huge cargo ship. I mean, come on. Can't a bridge do better than that? But yes, and then, of course, you heard about the tragic deaths. But the cars and trucks can be rerouted through the tunnels. That's going to cause traffic delays, though. The port's closure affects the livelihoods of 15,000 plus people working at its facilities and endangers the 140,000 jobs in the area indirectly supported by port activity. And the U.S. economy will be spared unless it goes over 3 months, which they are saying. I heard the mayor say something today about how this is going to take months. He was like hesitating to say years, but at least people are working on workarounds right now at this point. And this conspiracy theories, can we just stop that right now? Can we save that for all the people with the tinfoil hats? Well, that's basically 90% of the internet. But gosh, the things that they're coming up with now about what was the real cause behind that ship crashing into the bridge? I mean, that's pretty suspicious if you look at that.
That's enough. Put down the mic.
No, listen here. Everything is pretty suspicious if you look at it closely. Like looking at you, sir, really closely. Oh my gosh. Today I heard something on a conservative talk show about the man we just heard from selling Bibles, and he was a pastor, and he was a youth pastor. And okay, so this conservative talk show host took umbrage with the fact that he was a youth pastor, but more so about what the youth pastor had to say about how this is like Bible trading cards he's doing, and he did not like what Trump was doing. And then the host, the talk show host, just said, "Sir, how dare you?" And it went from there. It wouldn't even let the guy talk. It was ridiculousness. It's all an Easter thing. He's selling Bibles because of Easter. And egg prices because of Easter, they're hopping again.
Oh, wow, that's wild.
Yes, this is wild. A dozen eggs are around $3 per dozen. That's down from January's of last year's record, $4.82. Remember that? It's still more than double the $1.45 that was the average cost before the pandemic in February of 2020. But it's still down from the big record-breaking point at $4.82. It's about $3 per dozen, it says here. Krispy Kreme is going to be at McDonald's. In its latest bid to boost breakfast and snack sales, McDonald's is going to sell 3 of Krispy Kreme's most popular donuts.
I can't believe, what the hell is this place anyway?
Their stock soared nearly 40% on that news. That's probably why they put out that news. And that is pretty much it. Oh my gosh. I forgot to say hi to these wonderful people outside of Café Anyway. Hi, Mac. It's Benita the Rodeo Queen. How you doing?
And to Disgruntled Fiddle Player, tell you what.
What?
We're also being joined by the Brewmaster.
Oh, Mike, I just poured you some beer. Drink it right now, can't you? Oh, boy.
Thank you. All right. Let's, Oh, that's good. What's in that?
Krispy Kreme donut.
Wow. You put a whole Krispy Kreme donut in the root beer.
Yeah, I did, because I'm the Brewmaster. Oh, boy. Cut you.
Okay. Disgruntled Fiddle Player, you looking forward to Easters and all that?
Yeah, Mike, Easter's a very important time of year. All kinds of things happen.
Burgermaster.
Right.
Mike Steady Podcast.
It's the beginning of April. Just about.
Right at the end of March this year. It's right at the end of March. Sometimes Easter ends up in April. This time it's at the end of March. It's interesting.
Yeah, really interesting.
That's why we put this part of the show at the end of the show, because it was so interesting. We wanted the best to last, or bury it at the end, or something like that. Hey, next show, it'll be the wonderful Madame Rootabega, Valentino, and Bison Bentley. Did we hear Nilly? Where's Nilly at? Oh my. I missed that horse. Oh, so. That's right. Oh, okay. Beautiful. Okay. And if you would like to call in and comment about anything I might have said, here's the number to call.
Call Mike at the Café Anyway hotline. Area code 510-228-4640.
Always a pleasure to bring you this podcast. And with more ways to interact with all things Mike's Daily Podcast, here is A-Frame to tell you about that stuff.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com.
Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast
podcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye.